started with just a statement from Dresser looking ahead to Grandview on Sunday.
This weekend will be a little different in that we get to go up to my hometown and have our second Humboldt dual meet in the last 5 or 6 years. And so we're looking forward to, I can't really say enough good things about what Coach Mitchell's done at Grandview. I think he, I don't know what his record is. He's like 14 out of 15 or something in terms of national titles at the NAI level. And I think he's just doing a great job. I know those guys are going to be super motivated. I know they've got some guys that are probably really aware of us, and we might not be quite as aware of them. So we need to get aware of them this week and be ready to go, because I'm sure it'll be a good scrap. It'll be a good show. I heard they're like 50 tickets from being sold out, so it'll be an exciting weekend. We got a bunch of guys going to the South Dakota State Open too, so I'm excited to see how they do. So all in all, a good chance for us to keep progressing.
How would you compare the talent level of Grandview to some of the other teams you see on your schedule?
That's kind of a tough question right now because we just don't see them very much. And kind of today was the first time I kind of got online a little bit today and watched some of them, and like their 25-pounder, which is a defending national champion. I'm like, man, that kid's really good on top, and he's got some holds. And so, sometimes those guys go under the radar, and for whatever goofy situations, they might not be a Division I eligible guy, and they just want to wrestle, and they're really good. So I know Coach Mitchell will have them ready to go, but we need to do our homework.
How did you convince them to come to Humboldt? I know last year was you and Purdue because of Tony, but this year, how did
Coach Mitchell and I had been talking, in the COVID year and even before, of trying to get, we kind of tentatively had something set up at Hilton a couple of years ago, and then the COVID thing came around and that killed it. And so we just kind of kept talking, and I said, hey, we really tried to get somebody in Division I. We talked to a lot of people and just couldn't get anybody to come that weekend or this weekend. And so he was like, no, let's go. I want to do it. We're excited about it. So here we are.
I believe Iowa State was their last dual loss, something like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I hear. We did the fight night the other a couple weeks ago, and I think he said that they got a crazy long win streak.
100 plus, I think.
Yeah, 100 plus. So we got 17.
I'm assuming the whole A team's going to go, or are you going to play with
Yeah, I think we just need to kind of feel like, like I said last week, I think we need to feel the scale and feel 1 hour. Last week was our first 1 hour off the scale, and, we really felt it in 3 or 4 weights. And we knew we would. And so, you can preach till you're blue in the face and until they feel it. Then all of a sudden the radar goes up. And so now I'm curious to see what adjustments we make with just how we train this week, so we get used to it, and we weigh in at 1 and wrestle at 2, and that's what we're going to have to do the following, or a week and a half or 2 weeks I guess later in Iowa City. So we got to get used to that.
How have you seen those guys respond in practice since the competition?
Monday we did individuals, and we kind of had a different training schedule this week. So this is the first day we're going to really scrap hard, being Wednesday. We don't wrestle till Sunday. So we'll scrap hard today and tomorrow. That's just the way our training schedule is going to work this week. So that's probably a better question for me in a couple days. But, we had a really good workout this morning. I know our individuals went really well on Monday, and so we'll see.
Is Humboldt something you hope to do every season?
Yeah, I'd like to, just because the Humboldt people are great to us. They help our regional training center a lot. They buy a ton of season tickets. I think Humboldt leads the nation in season tickets sales at a Division I institution from one town of only 5,000 people. So we hope to do it every year. We'll try to probably obviously get a D1 team next year, and I think if they come, they'll have a great time. I know my guys, David Carr said afterwards last year, he goes, man, that was like one of the most fun duels I've ever been at since I've been to Iowa State. And I think it's just because it's so intimate and everybody's right on top of you.
What was the most memorable part about last year's duel?
I think just probably walking in the gym and going, oh my gosh, like they figured a way out to cram, to fill every little nook and cranny of this gym. So if the fire marshal's listening, don't show up. Don't show up.
Do you have in mind who's going to go to South Dakota State this weekend?
No, we'll put it out tomorrow, who we're taking. We're probably going to go with most of our number ones at Grandview though, and it's a quick turnaround because we literally get done Sunday night, and then Monday Coach Metcalf and I fly to Austin to help David and Kyson get ready for that All-Star match on Tuesday. So it's gonna be a quick turnaround.
How excited are you to see Kyson get an opportunity at a match there?
I think it's great. I think it's great timing. I think he's probably got a real sour taste in his mouth right now after what happened Saturday night. So he didn't even hesitate 1 second. He just jumped on it. He was really excited about it. And then I told him about the NLI money, and he was even more excited. So, but no, I think it's a great opportunity. And he wrestle a guy like McKee. My goodness, that's what you go to college for, is to get a chance to wrestle a stud like that.
How cool is it to see that the All-Star Classic has come back?
I love it. I think, I grew up watching it, and it was a part of my college career. I mean, it was something that was going on all the time, and I don't know when they quit it, maybe 10, 15 years ago, but I think it's great that Flo picked it back up.
Is David's training schedule adjusted at all just with the Sunday, Tuesday?
Yeah, I think we got him kind of back in the groove, because not only was that, but he was doing the freestyle thing for so long here. So I think he just really kind of got in the groove. I saw this morning that I felt like he, kind of caught up to everybody else because he'd been overseas. He'd been on a different schedule, and so folk style and freestyle are different, and it takes different wind. And I saw him this morning, like for the first time in a couple weeks, really just be solid there.
A few days removed from Grandview, what you kind of learn about the guys that went down there and competed?
I didn't get to see a lot of it, obviously none of it live, because we were here getting ready for the dual meet Saturday night. So I followed it close in terms of the brackets, and then I jumped on a few matches here or there. But I think it was just what we needed for that group of guys right there. They just needed mat time. So a lot of them got 5 and 6 matches in. We had a lot of champs, and didn't really know what the field was going to be. I thought there'd be more Division I's there, and I think there was very few Division I's there. So it kind of ended up being a Division II, III NAIA thing, but that's all right. There were some really competitive matches, and we got a lot of guys that got some titles out of it, and that's a good thing. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.